From the field to the studio to your eyes and ears. Welcome back.
Moving the mic a little bit. Oh.
816 hours here.
Yes, sir.
Me and Bryson today. Bryson, how are you on this Thanksgiving weekend?
Well, I think every time you and Keeg do the intro, I'm always moving and positioning myself, and I think you guys have something plotted against me. So that's a thing you do.
That's definitely not. No, not even. Nope, not.
Never
not
even
option.
thought about it, but I'm good, man. Excited for Thanksgiving tomorrow. Obviously, everyone getting together with family and all that. Hope everyone listening, yourself, Keeg, wherever Keeg is right now. I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving. Carter, how are you doing today, sir?
Good. I'm good. Thanksgiving weekend. Just started a long weekend. But we get to talk baseball today.
Hey, I'm here for it.
We get to talk starting pitchers today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Second last. Maybe
we might get weird. We might throw some different.
I don't know. Utility player might get in there somewhere. I don't know.
Hey, but it's getting an award, isn't it?
It is. It did.
Yes, that's right. It did. Get
whenever you hear this, it either is, it did, or it already happened. I don't know. It did, and it's already happened, or the same thing. But
so where do you want to start? Starting pitchers pod.
I'll let you pick.
Always letting me pick. Let's start with the young guys. Let's go with the prospects. We usually end on them, we usually end on, I guess, right now. But yeah, let's start with the prospects.
Okay. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I can go first. My first guy, number 5 overall starting pitcher prospect for me, Frank Mazzacano, the Kansas City Royals. The 6'3", 19-year-old. He's impressed me a lot so far, and he's only had 1 year pitching for the Royals, but the Royals took him 7th overall in the 2021 draft. Took him over guys like Kumar Rocker. Very upset about that pick. Still a little upset to this day about that pick, but love what I saw out of Frank. 2-6 last year in A-ball, 4.3 ERA in 19 games. He only gave up 6 home runs, struck out 89 batters in about 69 innings of work. So you saw flashes with Frank. He's throwing harder than when the Royals drafted him. His number 1 pitch is his curveball. So I think he's only getting better developing that pitch. I think he's definitely going to be one of the front 3 pitchers in the Royals rotation in his next 5 to 7 years. Number 5,
okay.
Frank Mazzacano.
My number 5, this guy you mentioned, Kumar Rocker.
Ooh.
Drafted by the Mets, and then ultimately they backed out of his deal. Vanderbilt. He went to Vanderbilt. Sorry, bad start. 6'5", 245, right-handed pitcher. His fastball sits anywhere in the 90s, from 90 on a bad day to 99 on a good day. Well above average slider, nasty curveball. He is now with the Rangers. They picked him up after him sitting out for a year because he couldn't go back to college. But Kumar Rocker, I'm super excited to see Kumar Rocker play. I don't know why, but I'm just saying.
The Rangers drafted him fairly high.
Mm-hmm.
I was really surprised. I was hoping the Royals could select him in those later. I want to say they drafted in the 13, 14 range, but I want to say the Rangers took him within the first 10 picks of the draft. So, but that brings me to my number 4 guy. His teammate, actually, a guy Carter probably has ranked a lot higher on this list, but Jack Leiter. I won't go into it too much because I know Carter wants to talk the Vandy boys, but Jack Leiter struggled last year. He struggled last year. If you look at his numbers, we'll talk about it when Carter gets to him. But number 4, Jack Leiter.
Okay. My number 4, Boston Red Sox, Brian Bello. 6'1", 180, right-handed pitcher. 90 to 98, hard throwing. That seems to be the thing with everybody now. Everybody throws heat. This guy's nasty. He got a card in the show. Absolutely disgusting. Loved it. But number 4, I think he's got a lot of potential in that Red Sox organization. They ranked him or they said he was like a top end 2 to a third man in the rotation,
Okay.
kind of
Shoot.
with like the area they gave him. So I'm excited for him. Brian Bello.
Brian Bello. My number 3 prospect is a guy I was really excited for, Jackson Jobe of the Detroit Tigers. And I'm excited because they're in the AL Central. So I feel like we're going to be able to watch this kid grow a lot with them being in the same division as the Royals. But he went 3rd overall in the 2021 draft to the Tigers. He possesses a slider. Carter, real quick, I want to make sure you're listening to this. He possesses a slider with spin rates up to 3,000 RPMs. Absolutely elite.
That's gross. That's not fair.
Absolutely elite.
This guy took Trevor Bauer's pitching class, didn't he?
Man, he definitely was watching them Trevor Bauer videos on how to throw a nasty slider. But yeah, Jackson Jobe, he struggled in A-ball last season, gave up 12 home runs in 61 innings of work, struggled with control later in the season. But I think he can kind of develop into that number 2 starter behind Casey Mize for the Tigers. I think a lot of these guys on the list, it's just going to be about their development in their farm systems. But Jackson Jobe's potential, I think, is through the roof. My number 3 prospect.
Okay. My number 3, Bobby Miller.
Ooh,
of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Left-handed hitting, right-handed throwing. His hitting doesn't matter. 6'5", 220. Man throws absolute gas, 97 to 98, well above average graded fastball, could reach triple digits at times with a nasty slider and a nasty changeup. He's with the Dodgers, and when they call him up, inevitably it's gonna be awesome for him because he's gonna have all the run support he could ever want from that lineup. So it's hard to see him. It's hard to foresee him not succeeding with the Dodgers.
100%. Another guy that got a card in the show, Bobby Miller. That card was gross too.
It was disgusting.
Straight up. I want to say he threw like 101. And every time I faced that card, I was just like, I'm going to quit by the 4th inning because I won't have touched a single ball. But whatever. My number 2 prospect, Kyle Harrison, starting pitcher for the San Francisco Giants. He was the 2021 Low A pitcher of the year last season. He's 21 years old, but last season went 4-3 with a 2.71 ERA and 113 innings of work. Struck out 186 batters, which led the league. Also led the league in ERA with that 2.71. He's dealing with some command issues, kind of like Jackson Jobe, but he throws out of that 3/4 arm slot. So kind of Chris Sale-esque. It's hard to pick up the pitch. I think this guy has a real shot at becoming the ace of this Giants staff. Maybe gets fast track if they lose a certain free agent. Might have talked about him in the free agent video. Definitely go check that out. Posted about a week ago. But Kyle Harrison's my number 2 pitcher.
Okay. My number 2, Grayson Rodriguez of the Baltimore Orioles, left-handed, 6'5", 220, fastball, absolute heat. Like I've said before, can hit triple digits easily. They drafted him in the 1st round with the 11th pick. They got high hopes for him, and Baltimore right now seems to have just a ton of top-notch prospects. They're going to be scary here, so I'm super excited to see Grayson Rodriguez.
I feel like they have a ton of guys that are just like a step away, those kind of prospects, and you're just like, dang. We saw it this year a little bit. Those young guys kind of took over, so it's going to be exciting to watch Baltimore in the next couple of years. Oh, I just realized you have Jack Leiter as your number 1 pitcher.
No.
I
don't.
My number 1 wow. Okay. Let's lock in. My number 1 prospect pitcher, Yuri Perez of the Miami Marlins. Sorry, we'll take him back. 6'8". This guy is absolutely gigantic. Throws around 95, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's topping out at 99, 101 come the majors. He's only 19 years old. He has been linked to obviously other Marlins starters like Sixto Sanchez, Edward Cabrera, and Max Myers. And a lot of scouts are saying that this kid might overtake them in the long run, might be a better pitcher. Absolutely love that. He went 3-3 last season in Double-A. Where was that? 3.97 ERA. Struck out 110 batters in about 77 innings of work. I think the ceiling is astronomical for this kid. 6'8" frame, going to be throwing gas in a Marlins farm system that just churns out good pitchers. I mean, just had Sandy Alcantara, might talk about him, just win Cy Young. But my number one prospect pitcher, Yuri Perez.
My number one.
Oh, gosh.
Number 2 overall pick.
You already said it's not Jack Leiter. It can't be Jack Leiter.
In the 2021 draft, Texas Rangers select Jack Leiter.
Dive right into it, Carter.
6'1", 22 years old, 205 pounds. Elite. This guy's elite. I don't know what to say. His first minor league season, his first Double-A season, kind of got roughed up. ERA 5, kind of high. 22 games started. How many strikeouts do you think he had? 20.
Well, see,
in 23 games.
See, I had his numbers, so I already know.
109 strikeouts in 23 games. That seems like a ton to me.
No, I agree.
Especially for a rookie in his first pro season. That's just a ton.
Mm-hmm.
But he's projected to come up next year in 2023 and be part of that rotation. He's got an open spot. They don't have a whole lot of depth in the Texas rotation, so
none.
He's going to get experience and a lot of it real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Leiter.
Only other thing I had on Jack Leiter, so I know I gave you a little grief for having him ranked at your number 1. But Jack Leiter, you saw positives on this kid. He was a number 2 overall pick for a reason. He took Vanderbilt. We saw him play at the highest level in the College World Series, pitch at the highest level, and succeed at it. Obviously, Vanderbilt, one of those storybook programs in the NCAA, always up in the top level. But to talk on his minor league career, he only gave up 11 homers last season, 109 strikeouts, like Carter mentioned. And he only walked 56 batters. So like you said, pitched a lot of innings, kind of got roughed up, but you saw positive things from Jack Leiter. So I think, again, like I mentioned, it's going to just take that development to get him to the next level. But I like it.
Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go next? You want to go current or do you want to go all time?
I really want to go all time because I think the current has been my favorite list we've done so far.
Okay.
If you can get down with that?
Yeah. I'll start it. Number 5 for me. The guy that's got one of the biggest awards in the game named after him, Cy Young.
Okay.
2.26 career ERA, 2,800 strikeouts, and a 1.13 WHIP. World Series champ. Cy Young's. He has one every year because he's a Cy Young. He is Cy Young. He was so good that they named him Cy Young. I don't know, but number 5, Cy Young.
I love that. Wow, Carter, you're really just getting me off my game today. But hey, my number 5, we're locking back in. The Ryan Express, Nolan Ryan, rounds out my top 5. 324 and 292. Lots of wins, lots of losses for Nolan Ryan. He had a 3.19 career ERA. 27 seasons, he racked up 5,714 strikeouts. That ranks first all time. The next closest guy we might talk about, Randy Johnson, he's almost a full 1,000 strikeouts away in that number 2 slot. Absolutely wild. When Nolan Ryan was on the mound, strikeout after strikeout, he's holding guys, punching them in the head. Absolutely love it. He's a Hall of Famer, World Series champ, but he never got that Cy Young. How did Nolan Ryan never win a Cy Young, Carter? That baffled me when I saw
Insane. I don't know how.
that. But yeah, the Ryan Express, number 5.
Okay. My number 4 is Pedro Martinez. A 2.93 ERA, 3,000 strikeouts, and a 1.05 whip. 8-time All-Star, 3 Cy Youngs. I did not know he won 3 Cy Youngs, and he's a World Series champ.
Yes, sir.
I feel like his career really took off in Boston. Number 4. Number 4. I don't know.
I love it. I love it.
It's just what I thought of top all-time pitchers. His name just popped into my head. It's one of the first ones. I had to put him on here. So
100%. 100%. I'm surprised you had him at 4. Honestly, I would have definitely I could have saw you putting him at 2 or 1. But my number 4, Clayton Kershaw of the LA Dodgers.
Wow.
I know. Active pitcher on an all-time list.
I like it.
Only other person to do that was Mike Trout. I'm just saying. But he's the only pitcher on my list to have won a MVP. I think that kind of when we were in middle school to high school, Clayton Kershaw's early career, absolutely insane. Best pitcher in baseball, no question. 197 and 87, a career 2.48 ERA, 15 season career. Still going, just recently re-signed with the Dodgers, that 1-year contract. But he's just been dominant. 3-time Cy Young winner, 9-time All-Star, a Gold Glover, and he's a World Series champ. I think for me, the biggest thing, once he got that ring, once he was able to hoist up that World Series trophy, he kind of slid into my top 5 100%. Fun fact about Clayton Kershaw, he can grip 6 baseballs at one time. Clayton Kershaw.
That's awesome.
Number 4.
3.
Yeah, might be able to get a solid 2. Hopefully 1, but
my number 3. Bryson said it all about the guy. Nolan Ryan, one of the greatest pitchers of all time. Definitely, probably the hardest throwing pitcher ever. But 8-time All-Star. He averaged around 4 walks a game, which hurt his ERA at 3.19. But Nolan Ryan, he comes in at number 3 for me.
I love that. My number 3, Greg Maddux of the Atlanta Braves, 355 and 227 with a career 3.16 ERA, 3,371 strikeouts. I know we're just throwing a lot of numbers at you. That ranks 10th all-time, 23-year career. He pitched in an era where kind of quote-unquote steroids ruled, everyone said. But Maddux was obviously the best pitcher all of those years. He kind of pitched better, I felt like. No, not actually. But 4-time Cy Young winner, 8-time All-Star, 1995 World Series champ, 18-time Gold Glover. Man won almost 20 Gold Gloves. That's absolutely insane. But fun fact about Greg Maddux, he faced 20,421. Again, a lot of numbers in his career. 310 of those batters faced 3-0 counts. 177 of them were intentional walks. The man just didn't walk batters. Stingy pitcher. Absolutely love it. Gotta love it. Greg Maddux, number 3.
Yeah, he was my number 2. I have to agree. He was probably the best all-around player in that era. He did it all. He could field, he could pitch, he didn't walk anybody, he had the strikeouts. 4-time Cy Young Award winner. It's the stats and the awards say it all. He's one of the best. Paint in the corners like Greg Maddux.
Big. Especially just in the era that he pitched in, I feel like another big thing to kind of take into consideration. But not my number 2 guy, Carter already mentioned him, but Pedro Martinez. Only other thing I had about Pedro is he actually won the pitcher triple crown. He finished his career with a 10 strikeout per 9 inning rating ratio. And fun fact about Pedro, he threw a 9 inning no hitter only to lose in the 10th inning.
No, poor
Weren't able
guy.
to, couldn't get that one run. But yeah, Pedro Martinez was my number 2 pitcher of all time.
Okay. Numero uno. Randy Johnson.
That guy.
3.29 3.29 ERA. Just over 4,800 strikeouts, a 1.17 whip. 10-time All-Star, 3-time MVP, World Series champ, and World Series MVP, and 5-time Cy Young Award winner.
Jeez.
Man's got the Infinity Gauntlet of Cy Young awards. So Randy Johnson with that sidearm delivery, it is scary. I wouldn't want to face him. He would hit guys just if they looked at him wrong. He killed a bird because it was flying by, just minding its own business. What do you want from this guy?
What? Cracking ribs. Randy was that guy. Easily the most feared pitcher in all of baseball, but easily one of the most dominant pitchers in all of baseball. Oh, yeah. Cool thing about Randy, he led the MLB in strikeouts 9 of his 22 seasons. In his career, he racked up 100 complete games and 37 shutouts, just like Carter said. Completely and utter, just dominate. That's just all it is.
He owned hitters for his entire career. It was hard to hit against him. I wouldn't get anywhere near the box.
How much money? How much money would I have to pay you to get you in the box to face Randy Johnson?
To even face Randy Johnson right now, it would have to be a couple mil.
What?
I would have to be set for life.
Oh, you won't take one in the ribs from Randy?
If I take one in the ribs from Randy, I might not get back up.
Yeah, you might not. You might not. Your ribs would just incinerate.
Yeah.
Absolutely just no. Yeah. I could probably get behind that. It'd have to be a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Give
me an L screen to hit behind. I'll call it good.
give me $3,000. Nah, actually, give me $1,000 and I would face Randy Johnson.
Ooh,
$1,000 and I'd step in
Randy.
the box versus Randy.
If you're listening to this,
hey,
the challenge is there.
Randy, if you're listening to this, I would step in the batter's box against you for free. I would then take you. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine.
Wow.
I would then take you yard, clip it, post it, send it to Randy. I'm just playing. Key would get on here and he'd be talking to Randy, he'd be talking that noise. But no, yeah, I would definitely for $100, just out with the boys, be like, yo, step in the batter's box versus Randy Johnson. I'd be like, all right, man, I got you. No.
Man, your number has gone down dramatically. Quickly.
So we're moving on to right now before I start paying Randy Johnson. I'm gonna pay him to hit me in the ribs or something. Imagine.
Who you got number 5?
My number 5, current pitchers right now. Dylan Cease of the Chicago White Sox was actually my pick to win No, Shane Bieber was my pick to win AL Cy Young. I apologize. Neither of them ended up hitting. I don't know why that makes anything. But Dylan Cease, number 5. I think he is kind of that next guy to take over baseball. He's only 26 years old, 14-8 last season, had a 2.20 ERA over 184 innings of work, 227 strikeouts that ranked 5th amongst MLB pitchers last season. He's shown improvements. His home run numbers have gone down, went from 22 seasons ago to 16. So we saw a little dip in that. His strikeout numbers only going up. As Carter always tells me, pitching in the AL Central obviously gives you a bump facing those trash hitters, but no disrespect to those AL Central hitters.
They're pro hitters. I mean, they're still great hitters. They're best of the best.
Oh yeah. Now that we're recording, Carter won't talk the noise, but hey, that's all right. No, I'm just playing.
That was close. But my number 5, you know how it is. You guys are listening.
There's no way.
We come to this point every season, every episode, every season. Number 5. I did. Zach Wheeler.
You're force feeding Carter. It's gone too far.
Is it a problem? Is it?
It's not. I wish
Wheeler.
I wish I had a team I could swing the sword for. That's all I'm jealous about. So I respect it. Zach Wheeler, number 5.
I mean, he was top 3 2 years ago. How do you say it? In the 2021 year, he was top 3 for Cy Young. Didn't end up getting it. Zach Wheeler, 2.82 ERA, 163 strikeouts, and a 1.04 WHIP with a 12-7 record. He was an all-star. He's really kind of like the what would you call it? I don't know, like the baseline of what the Phillies are. He's like super good.
He's borderline elite.
Or he's all right. Yeah.
He's borderline elite.
He's got his really highs and he's got his average lows. So Zach Wheeler, when he's on, it's scary. When his fastball is hitting the triple digits like it can, there's no hitting him.
I'd agree. Whenever he's on, Zach Wheeler is easily a top 5 pitcher in baseball. I can get down with that. My number 4, health becomes a big question with this guy. Now that we mentioned it, Jacob deGrom is my number 4 pitcher in baseball right now. Kind of hurt because I did start him at my number 1 slot, and he just slowly fell down that list and finally ended up at 4. But when he's 100% healthy, there's no doubt he's the best pitcher in baseball. I really don't think it's an argument because we've seen him 100% just completely take over baseball and just dominate. He went 5-4 last season, pitched in 11 games, 64.1 innings. He struck out 102 batters. So still, when he was on the mound, still pitched very well, just not 100%. Like I said, might have to start knocking him because he can't stay healthy. Haven't seen him pitch over 100 innings since 2019. For that reason alone, he can't be in my top 3. Jacob deGrom, as much as it hurts to say, number 4.
I also had him at number 4. If he could stay healthy, he would have easily made the all-time list.
Oh, I could.
But,
yes.
But when he's healthy and when he's on the mound, dominant. There's nobody else like him out there. It's really a flip of the coin if he's on the mound or not.
Yeah, this is the biggest thing, the health. But my number 3 pitcher right now, Sandy Alcantara, however you want to say it, but of the Miami Marlins, NL Cy Young winner, 14-9 last season with a 2.28 ERA over 228 innings of work, 207 strikeouts. That ranked 8th in the MLB. Like I mentioned, talking Yuri Perez, the Marlins just have a ton of great pitchers. If only they could develop some bats to combat those pitchers, it could be very scary. But Sandy Alcantara, number 3.
My number 3 was the AL Cy Young winner this year, Justin Verlander. 1.75 ERA, 185 strikeouts with a .83 WHIP, 18-4 record. Rookie of the Year, 9-time All-Star, 3-time Cy Young, MVP. He's got 2 World Series rings. But Justin Verlander, it's like he gets better with age. He's like a wine. He just keeps getting better the older he gets. Fine wine. Justin Verlander.
Justin Verlander is my number 2 pitcher, but only because he's dating Kate Upton. Nothing to do with his. No, I'm just completely joking.
Fair.
But Carter didn't mention it. I know everyone else was thinking it. Justin Verlander's winning on and off the field. Absolutely. Did you see the video of her chirping with fans in the crowd at the World Series? I'm sorry, fans. Carter, but when she did this. When she said cry to the Phillies fans, I became an Astros fan. I became a Kate Upton.
To sleep that night.
Carter did cry. I'm sorry.
I did cry.
But Justin Verlander, number 2 pitcher for me.
My number 2 was Shohei Ohtani.
You didn't know.
Shohei. I'll let you talk about him.
How are you going to put
I
Aaron
won't say
Nola
a
at
lot.
1?
I won't say a lot. Okay, I won't say a lot.
Did you hear
He's
what
a
I said?
pitcher that's got a silver slugger. I did hear what you saying. I'm just going to ignore that. But but he's a pitcher with a silver slugger. I'll let you say the rest about him.
Nah, you're good. You're good. Go. You can go over your number 2 or your number 1 if you'd like. I was gonna say, and then
My number 1 was Sandy Alcantara, NL Cy Young pitcher, winner. I guess he still is a pitcher. He was a pitcher. 2.28 ERA. Bryson said it all. This guy's dominant. He's in an organization that develops pitchers at an extremely high and successful rate. Definitely one of the best guys. I've been watching this guy for a couple of years, but Sandy Alcantara.
Great pick. Could easily have been.
Let's hear it.
Could have easily been my number 1, but
Showtime!
Shohei Ohtani-san, my number 1 pitcher in the MLB right now. Last season, he went 15-9 with a 2.33 ERA over 166 innings of work, 219 strikeouts, ranked 6th in the MLB. Carter, this man had Tommy John surgery 2 years ago. This man won a silver slugger the same year. Didn't he win a silver slugger the same year he had Tommy John surgery?
He did.
Shohei Ohtani. Wow. Okay, I love Shohei Ohtani. Shohei might be my second favorite baseball player behind Polar Bear Pete Alonso. He finished 4th in the Cy Young voting this past season. I could have seen the case for him to win it completely.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's the best pitcher in baseball. My biggest question to you, Carter, if the Angels are below 500, not in a spot to win come the trade deadline, 1, do you think about moving Shohei? 2, where do you move him? 3, final question, what does it take to get Shohei Ohtani off of the Angels?
I think if the Angels follow Angel history, they're going to make a whole lot of moves, and they're not going to be that team. They're not going to make the playoffs. It's sort of a theme. Sorry, disrespecting the Angels out of nowhere, out of the blue for no reason.
It's honestly warranted at this point.
I think they do. I think they do trade him. I think they're going to get an absolute bag. They're going to get a ton of prospects. I think they trade him to a team that is always in a spot to win their division. And with older pitchers coming off the team and older players coming off that team, I have him getting traded to the St. Louis Cardinals.
Wow.
They have one of the top farm systems. They can definitely afford the guy. He would slot in at number 1, and he would be with the NL MVP, Paul Goldschmidt, Arenado. It would likely cost them Nolan Gorman and a couple other guys, but
100%.
The Shohei Ohtani as a Cardinal.
That is a great move. I absolutely love that. For the Angels to have signed Anthony Rendon, to have Mike Trout, to go and get, they just can't figure it out. At what point are you just like, okay, Shohei's obviously he tendered his contract. I'm not 100% sure exactly what it was, but signed technically a 1-year deal with the Angels. Will become a free agent after this year. But the Angels are paying him a lot of money, so obviously they want him to be there. Angels GM already came out and said he negated all the trade deadline or trade rumors, kind of shut those down. But you can't let Shohei walk without getting something in return.
Yeah, he's not going to stay in LA after this year. And the chances of you being in a postseason race, especially with the AL West getting increasingly better every single season. The Astros are always good. The Mariners making moves, they're great. Just the Angels, they're third place team at best in that division. I think I think they have to capitalize on Shohei Ohtani and get some top prospects for him.
I can get down with that. A team, I don't think they would make the move, but Arizona Diamondbacks, great farm system. Not a team to win now or anything, but a lot of young pieces. I think the D-backs, just keep them in the back of our heads. I don't, maybe because I'm just wearing the hat, but good vibes only. Carter, that brings us to my favorite part of the pod. I won't lie, the snake draft, brother.
Woo.
Now, Carter, you got a lot of pressure on this snake draft because I won't say I have bodied you like the last 3 or 4, but it is
every single one.
It's been rough sailing for you, brother. I'll pull up my notes. I'll keep track of them. But Carter, would you like the first or second pick?
I want the first pick.
Going number 1. Okay, Carter, take off.
Number 1. I'm going to take the man, the myth, the legend, Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, Shohei.
Number 1 off the board.
Okay, so Ohtani goes 1. Oh, that one hurts me. He wasn't even your number 1 pitcher on your list. Oh, you annoy me. So obviously big, very easy pick. Randy Johnson's going to be going number 2. So this is where it gets tricky. Number 3. So I'm going to go Yuri Perez of the Miami Marlins just because you've picked your pitcher so far. I know where you're going with this. Carter, who is your second pick?
You took Randy.
Yes.
I don't like taking the all-time. There's so many good options here.
We already know who your prospect is, so you might as well get it knocked out.
Prospect, Jack Leiter.
Yeah, I was going to say that's easy.
The Vandy product. Turning around with my last pick. Oh gosh.
He's crumbling, folks.
I'm falling apart.
Pressure.
Give me Greg Maddux.
Greg, what a pull. That's a great pull under pressure. I was scared you were going to go off the wall and say you're Cy Young. And don't get me wrong, great pick, but ranking at your number 5, you can't pick him with your all-time draft. So you went Maddux, and that leaves me with my right now. And I really want to go Justin Verlander, but Carter, I'm going to bank that Jacob deGrom can stay healthy for me. And I'm taking the deGrominator. Carter, real quick, your draft ended with Shohei Ohtani. Jack Leiter, who we didn't mention, is the son of former Tigers pitcher Al Leiter. Greg Maddux. Give me a score 1 through 10. Ohtani, Leiter, Maddux. I go
7.
I was going to go a 7-6.
Okay.
Mine, I finished with Randy Johnson, Yuri Perez, and Jacob deGrom. With the question marks around deGrom's injuries, I'd go a 7-5. I'd put ours right neck and neck. I like the Ohtani pick above the deGrom.
I agree. I was going to say 7-5 for yours. But I think you won again. No surprise.
A very even draft. I felt like we're going to call that one a push. That one's a tie. Let us know in the comments who you guys thought won the snake draft. Maybe I'll cut it up, throw it on TikTok, get some more views for it. But Carter, starting pitchers.
Done.
Bang.
What's next?
I think it's only
just
fair.
Relievers.
We go relief pitchers.
Yeah, relief pitchers.
But excluding closers, no closers.
Okay.
I can get down with that.
I can definitely do that.
But Carter,
hit us up
on the clip.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you get your podcast, your music, we're there.
Yes, sir.
Leave a like, ring the bell, unring it, ring it again, subscribe, follow, comment some ideas for some podcasts you want to hear. That's what we're all about. We want to talk about what you guys want to hear. Guys, I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving.
Please, yes, be safe. Go meet family. Put your phones down. Be present. Be in the moment. Go hug someone. Go give someone a compliment. Just spread positive energy this time of year. I know a lot of people, a lot of weather starts to get down, some gloomy times. It starts to get darker earlier. Man, we got to keep the positive energy. 2022 is coming to an end, Carter, and 816 hours hitting 2023 harder than ever, man. I'm so excited. Very thankful for you and Keeg every week sitting down with y'all on this pod. Absolutely love it. Don't know what I do without you boys, but don't want to get too deep. Absolutely. But Carter,
You got a tear in my eye.
just in my feels. But yes, thank you guys always for the support. Like, comment, subscribe. Carter, I feel like becoming an ad read every time he runs the cliff. He's getting it down.
Thank you.
Hey, it's like clockwork. But man, I appreciate you. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving, sir.
Yeah, hope you have a great one too.
Thank you. We out?
We're out.
Peace.
Peace.